should be covering your brake. When you see a little kid coming out, you should be slowing down. When you are merging on the expressway, you should be looking over your shoulder. You should be accelerating up to 4,000 RPMs. So you are developing muscle memory. You don't have it yet because you haven't done this skill, okay? This is brand new to you. So I need you to remember this and keep it in such a way that you're gonna learn everything you can, You're gonna learn everything you can. So it's really important. I'm trying to develop positive muscle memory for you. You have to develop it. Example, I know how to dunk a basketball. You use your power step. I know how to drop step. I know how to cross people over. I know how to bench press 450 pounds. I know what it takes. You haven't developed those skills yet. You will over time if you want to lift weights, or you want to try to get a scholarship, or you want to try to get an A. I am an educator and instructor. That's important. What does this have to do with driving? Everything. I'm trying to develop good habits. Good roads make good habits. Most people aren't out here doing everything wildly and reckless. Some slack and take shortcuts. A lot of you would take shortcuts. You'll kind of coast up to a stop sign. You'll coast up to a light. Okay, you won't really stop at a red light. You'll wait for it to turn green. That could build bad habits. Okay, the tricky part is that all of these habits often feel efficient or confident or simply going through the flow. For instance, you use AI to help you with your tests. Use AI to cheat. You don't really know the test. You just use Google Lens or know the AI prompt to scan it and get the answers. You don't even study for the test. You just go through a little study guide and you might get 50%. You might get 60%. Okay? So I need you to develop good habits. Put in questions about good habits first, please. Put in questions about good habits. I need all of you to be active. You need to work harder than me. Please put in your questions about good habits. Okay, what good habits should I start doing? What are some bad habits? Please put in good habits. I need a cue and a question. This is your class, not mine. We're talking about habits, small habits that are at risk. You looking at your phone all the time in the car. You going faster, a little bit faster than everyone else to try to get there sooner. As a result, you are first at the intersection and have exposure to getting hit. Or you are first at the intersection when someone runs a light because you are faster than everyone else. Okay? You need to develop habits that will make you safe, going with the flow of the traffic. Leaving on time or early. I'm giving you some clues on good habits. You want to leave on time or early so you don't have to speed. A bad habit is leaving late. You're going to have to speed. You know, if you speed, you'll get there. So you stay up late. You lay in the bed another 25 minutes. You throw on clothes from yesterday. Habits. You don't do your homework. You know that your friend has an AI prompt in their phone. When your teacher's doing attendance, you scan the work. You get an A. But then your teacher gives you a test and you fail. And then your parents say, we're looking at your grades. You have A's on your classwork, but you fail the test, the quiz, their assessments. The way you become a better driver is over time. But unfortunately, your age group doesn't want to wait. Remember, your brain isn't developed until 26 years old. So you don't want to wait. You want it now. But time is the best teacher. So you develop good habits from watching your parents, if your parents are good drivers. You develop bad habits from your parents, if your parents are bad drivers. Example, mom road rages. Dad rots people's bumper. You might do that, you might not. I'm giving you both sides. I'm looking at your question as you go along. What are the most important habits? All of them are important. You're probably saying, I just want the most important. Every single habit is important. Speed control, important habit. Using your blinker, important habit. Aiming high, looking down the road, important habit. Every single thing you're going to learn is important. Nothing we learn is wasted. When to go get gas. A guy ran out of gas today at the gas station. When you do that, your fuel pump in your tank doesn't have gas to cool it off, so it overheats. Let's use school example. You never eat breakfast. Your lunch is at 12:40. Around 10:45, you are very hungry. You're tired. This is chemistry. This is geometry. This is trig. This is calculus. It's a hard class. Before lunch, you are falling asleep. You're in the habit of going to the bathroom and talking to your friend when your teacher's going over proofs and formulas. You're developing bad habits. Some of you are developing bad habits now by not paying attention. I'm being watched. You're being watched. All the habits are important to learn. What's the best habit to have? Being patient, listening to your mom, listening to your dad, asking your driving teacher questions, asking your teacher questions, asking your coach questions. If you ask more questions, you learn more. If you ask a broad question, you get broad answers. What are some less obvious habits to learn? Everyone is different. I can't answer that. Some of you have attention deficit disorder. Some of you have a short attention span. Some of you don't want to put in the work to really learn how to drive. Some of you are in a hurry. Some of you won't listen to your teacher, your coach, your parent. So it's different. Stop signs, one of the most obvious things, but many of you will roll a stop sign. Well, there's no one around. You're going to roll the stop sign and fail. That's a perfect habit. It's obvious. Stop. S-T-O-P. Please put in questions. A rolling stop feels like cooperation, yet it steals one of your most important things, scanning the intersection, looking for hidden movement behind a parked car or the hedges. And the full stop gives your eyes time to catch what your brain is missing. Remember, I'm talking to young people who've never driven before. Your mom and dad have habits. If they run a stop sign, it's because they're lazy. You are learning. And if your instructor doesn't clock your T and tell you why, I'm setting you up for failure. If you blow a stop sign with me, you and I are going to have a problem. As you should. Stop means stop completely for 3 seconds. But many of you are going to blow stop signs in school. So I'm trying to get you to understand about a stop sign. People take this so casual. And that's what all of you will do. Well, my mom runs it. My big brother runs it. Well, if you get a ticket, I won't see you in segment 2 in 3 months. Oh. If you get comfortable running stop signs, one day you will get a ticket. It's just a matter of time. And this tells me you don't respect the law, you don't respect yourself. If you blow a stop sign and a little girl or boy is walking out, trust me, the mothers and dads in the neighborhood will pull you over. They're going to take a picture of your license plate. They're going to send it to the police. They're going to send it to the community watch. You're going to be on Facebook. Yeah, you see this kid? Yeah, that's my neighbor. And then all the parents are coming down to your house. Your son just ran a stop sign. I almost hit my daughter. Please put in questions on this. Remember, here is the technical part. When you stop, you give your eyes time to catch up with your brain. What did I miss? Did I miss a car? Did I miss a kid? Did I miss something coming out? People get very casual in their neighborhood, blowing stop signs. I'm really trying to make you better. Please put in questions about rolling stop signs in your school parking lot. That is the perfect example. All of those people have less than 2 years of driving, 3 years of driving. Sophomores don't drive. Juniors and seniors drive. Freshmen don't drive unless there's an emergency situation in the family. Your juniors and seniors don't stop at stop signs. Come on, let's be real. We can go up to the school right now. They don't stop at stop signs. They do rolling stops. Well, I just want to be like everyone else. So let's look at your questions. What's the point of a stop sign? So you don't kill someone? Plain and simple. That's the point of a stop sign. Please come with more questions than that. But I'm being humble. A stop sign is there so you don't run over someone. You don't kill someone. The other part of the intersection does not have a stop sign. If you don't stop, you run them over. That's the point of a stop sign. Plain and simple. Go to the end of your school parking lot. You have the main roadway. If you don't stop, you hit a car. You're at fault. Plain and simple. Crossing guard. What do? They put a stop sign in your face. So if you run over the crossing guard, you have 2 tickets. 1, you've injured a crossing guard. 2, you're going to go to court and lose your license. So that's the point of a stop sign. Thank you for telling me. You'll miss out when you go bye-bye. How many crashes have you been in? I have not been in any because I'm a good instructor. I prepare. I'm driving beginning drivers. They get nervous. They get overwhelmed. They get scared. I haven't been any. How long should we stop at a stop sign? 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. If you practice this and have a good habit, you will never get a stop sign ticket. Why is the rolling stop so popular? Because people have bad habits. Like brushing your teeth at night. I don't have cavities. Because I brush my teeth, I floss. Why do people have bad hygiene? They wear the same clothes every day. They don't put deodorant on. Why do high school and middle school students smell? They don't put deodorant on. Why do high school and middle school students blow up over random stuff? Because they don't have the social emotional skills yet. So if you become lazy running stop signs, you will be lazy at following the speed limit, blowing a stop sign or yield sign at a 2-way, a 3-way, or 4-way intersection, and you get hit. When a police officer is sitting to the left behind the bushes and you blow a stop sign, easy ticket. They have a dash cam. They saw you run the stop sign. What can you say? Nothing. And then your parents' insurance goes up. Please put in more questions. Have you ever failed anyone from rolling stop? Yes. And yield signs. Meaning you fail yourself because I've taught you not to blow up a stop sign. And I can tell if you don't listen to me when we go driving. Basically, you fail yourself because you don't listen. You ever get points off in your license? Yes. It's called a civil infraction. You do. Let's keep going. Okay. Signaling after you've already started moving. A lot of you will do this. Habits. You signal already after you started moving. You turn on your blinker before. You check your blind spot before. You check your mirror before. This is you. Late blinkers don't warn anyone. Again, this goes back to our classroom information. Late blinkers. You need to turn your blinker on 100 feet or a half a block. Why do you think we say this? Why do you think it's on the state test? Because those are some of the most important fundamentals. This all really makes sense. A late blinker doesn't warn anyone. It's just a narrative. It's like you're running through the hallway, you're a senior, you've knocked down a freshman. Then you say sorry. It doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't be running through the hallway. When your signal comes on, as the car drifts, other drivers have to react instead of adjust. I'll say it again. If you signal late, other drivers have to react instead of adjust. I'm teaching beginning drivers. I'm showing you why you need to use your blinker. Let's go back to your mom and dad. Mom doesn't use a blinker. Dad doesn't use a blinker. You're like, I don't need it. Then you get into an accident. The person has a dash cam. Yep, you didn't use your blinker. They show it to police. You get the ticket for improper lane change. I will never get a stop sign ticket. I will never get an improper lane ticket. I said chicken. Improper ticket. Because I have those basic habits. Let's use a high school example. You don't tie up your shoes. You trip and fall. Simple. You don't tie up your shoes. You trip and fall because you don't have your shoes tied up. You wear your shirt on backwards. Oh, that's middle school stuff. No, you're junior and you still wear your hoodie on backwards. Oh, yeah. No one likes that. No one's going to take you professionally. No one's going to take you serious, except your friends who are in high school, but they have 9th grade credits. So again, when your signal comes on and your car drifts, other drivers have to react instead of adjust. It's really important that you understand this. This is the narrative of you as a beginning driver. Use your blinker. Use your blinker early. And this is the simple change that could add stress because other drivers will do it to us. You'll say, yep, they didn't use their blinker. And I say, yep, I told you. So you're going to see instantly, put in questions. Would you get in trouble, get a ticket for the police? Yes, you could. Improper moving violation. Don't you realize the police are on a campaign for distracted drivers? We see 2, 3, 4, 5 police every single day. Watch only for the car directly in front of you. Starting at one set of tail lights shrinks your world to a single point, which is why traffic feels like a series of sudden surprises. I need you to look further ahead. This is an excellent picture. If you put your blinker on too early, you confuse people. Beginning drivers do 3 things. They don't use the blinker, they turn it on too early, or they turn it on too late. This is why you have an instructor, your coach, who's going to help you. Oh yeah, I'm going to make you better. But some of you don't want that because you think you know what to do. Remember, your brain is not developed until you're 24 or 26. So you won't listen to me. You won't listen to your mom. You won't listen to your dad. You won't listen to you lost your job because you came late. You got kicked out of school because you don't come to school. You lost credit because you got caught using AI and your teacher tells you, I'm running all the papers through an AI tester. You think you're better. You got caught. Your teacher, the principal, the dean, and the counselor have a meeting with you and your mom and dad. You know you're in trouble. And they're like, what happened? I don't know. You won't be graduating with everyone else. You're going to have to take English 12 over because you've been plagiarizing. Everyone else is doing it. Don't care. So again, watching only the car in front of you kind of blinds you to everything else. Please put questions in. Looking further ahead lets you read the rhythm of the lane. This is so good. Let's use a high school example. Everyone in high school is walking really fast. You're on the 3rd floor, seniors. They don't really talk. They're trying to get to class. They asked you to carry books. You're a freshman. You're taking an advanced class. There's a definite difference between juniors and seniors and freshmen and sophomores. Definite difference. There's a definite difference between your first drive and your third drive. There's a definite difference between your third drive and last drive. But I have to get you through your first and second drive. Some of you will struggle. Please put in questions. Again, you need to see the big picture. Let's go on the freshman floor. People are walking, doing selfies. On Snap. Hey, have me on Snap. They're making a 9th grade boys only group. You're not on it. You feel bad. But you're not strong enough to say it's not important. It's called peer pressure. The juniors and seniors don't do that. If they do that, it's a study group. Oh, you're right. Because they're trying to get the highest GPA possible to get to an Ivy League school. So you go on a freshman floor, they're talking, taking pictures, shirts on backwards, hoodies on backwards, seniors, button-down shirt, looking nice, hair done, nails done. There's a difference. You should know that. You're in high school. You still don't know who you are yet, but some of you are taking driver's ed. So remember, looking further ahead lets you read the rhythm of the lane. That's what I want you to do. So braking and merging and stopping feel less like an emergency decision. That's what I want you to do. I never say hit the brakes to you guys. I will say squeeze the brake. Please put in question. Again, if you turn your blinker on too early, you confuse people. You will get in trouble by the police. How early should you signal? 100 feet or half a block? When do we turn on our blinker after making a turn? When do we turn our blinker off? The blinker will go off by itself. Keep asking questions. Let's talk about traffic. Following too close because it feels normal. That's what some of you would do. You as beginning drivers, you will follow too close or you follow too far. Please listen to me. Let's go back to your high school example. You're a freshman in a high school, over 3,000 students. You are walking very close to your friend. Your friend drops their books, knocks your books down, both of you laugh, and another freshman walks over you. You're on a senior floor. People leave space. They may walk 2 at a time or 3 at a time. They're trying to get to the class early to talk to the teacher, ask for extra credit. Hey, can you please go over the Pythagorean theorem? Can you please go over manifest destiny? There's a difference. Freshmen say, hey, do you got the notes? You got the notes? Upperclassmen say, I already did my essay. I'm going to stay after for additional support. There's a difference. Juniors and seniors know how to park. Sophomores don't know how to park. Juniors and seniors will park in the middle or at the end. They're going to come early, have a little study session. You're going to come late or just before the class starts. Ask questions. So tailgating becomes invisible when everyone else is doing it. I want you to understand this. Tailgating becomes invisible. You walking in school, there are 50 of you walking. One person drops their phone. 3 people step on it. They push you because you stepped on their phone. You fall into someone else, and then you get slammed into the locker because you're too close to everyone. Okay? Doing this then with one hard brake, you do the math, everyone crashes. Even at a moderate speed, your car needs space to stop smoothly. Your brain needs space to process. Please remember the brain. Remember, I'm talking to people who are under 24. Your brain's not developed. Please put in questions as I go along. You're going to learn more. I'm pushing myself to be a better instructor. This visual will help you. This is you walking in school. This is you driving out of school parking lot. This is you coming in the school parking lot. Leave room. If you learn how to tailgate, you're going to end up hitting someone. Please put in questions. Remember, your brain needs time to process. You need to put in questions. If you're not putting in questions, you're really not thinking. I'm explaining this, giving you high school examples. I'm giving you a freshman hall example, a junior hall example, or a senior hall example. Those seniors in class early. They're going straight to class. You are playing in the bathroom. You're late to class thinking it's funny. As I take attendance, 10 more tardies, I'm calling your parent. And then your mom and dad rip your head. If I'm doing the senior class, I'm telling mom and dad, your son comes early all the time. What a scholar. Thank you. There's a difference. You think it's a joke in 9th grade. You lose credit. You get mad at the teacher. You're a 10th grader. You lost credit again. You're 4 credits behind. You won't graduate on time because you think the teachers owe you something. They don't. Let's look at the questions. It does start in middle school. Habits, facts. It starts in middle school. You're disrespectful to the teachers. You don't do your homework. Your mom gets up late, your brother gets up late. When you start driving as a sophomore, you go to school late. 100%. It starts in middle school. And let's not mention COVID. You were in 3rd or 4th or 5th grade. So your brain is still developing, but yet you're 2 or 3 years behind. Let's look at the questions. What happens if you turn in your blinker too early? You confuse other drivers. 100 feet or half a block. So when should I turn on my blinker in heavy traffic? Same thing. 100 feet or half a block. I like that you're asking questions and you have to stay constant. 100 feet or half a block, even if it's heavy traffic. You got to give people time to see your blinker and allow your brain to process it. Just like us following a car. They do use a blinker and turn. We almost hit them. I hit the brake and save your life because you're tailgating. And then you get mad at me because we almost hit a car. And you think I'm trying to clock your teeth. Stop tailgating. I like the questions. Yeah, use the bathroom. What is the right distance? A car length for every 10 miles an hour. If you're going 40, you should have 4 car lengths. Let's go back to your high school example. You walking in the hallway, 50 of your friends together. Again, your friend drops your phone. You trip over your friend. Ah! They step on your friend's phone. Ah! One of your friends takes a picture. It goes viral. Ah! That's not funny. In the freshman bathroom, you knock down the commode, the sink. The principal locks the door. Your bladder's blowing up. You go up to the junior floor. They're like, what are you doing up here, freshman? You say nothing. Get out of here, freshman. You don't belong here. Go back down to your bathroom. I saw your video on TikTok and Instagram. You're not funny. In fact, I told the principal it was you. So you think you're funny in high school? You think no one watches you? You're wrong. There are cameras outside the school, inside the school. This is 2026, people. Your parents are following us when we drive. The company's following me where I take you to drive, period. There's no privacy anymore. And schools are putting more cameras in everywhere. They're license plate readers. We don't have privacy anymore. This call is being recorded. What does the following distance change with the different weather conditions? You want to increase your following distance when it's bad weather. Increase means make more space. Decrease means less space. I'm using correct driver's ed terms, just like if I was teaching AP driver's education. We need to look at the ramifications of manifest destiny. How did it impact these 3 social groups? Women, slaves, and non-landowners. And then you don't answer the essay question and I give you a 0. And you're crying and you tell your mom and dad, he failed me. No, mom and dad, I have a rubric. Your son or daughter did not answer the questions. Oh, you're right. So guess what? I have a rubric. When you drive with me, I have the rules right here. Everything. This is how I'm testing you. Wow. I'll read some. Visual skills, identify targets. Searches 15 to 20 seconds ahead. Turns head. When you're making a right turn, I should see you looking right, but you won't do it. You'll look down. We'll hit the curb. I turn the wheel. You look at me like, why did you turn the wheel? I look at you like, you didn't turn the head. You almost crashed. And then you get mad. And then the next drive, I have your mom and dad in because you don't listen. And remember, your brain's not developed until you're 24 or 26. Able to judge stopping and adequate following distance. You're still learning this. Checks mirrors frequently. When you slow down, I should see you checking the mirror, but you won't do that. I have the rules right here. Whenever I give a test or an assignment, I make a rubric. Good teachers give rubrics. Remember, I'm a school teacher. If I want you to get an A, B, or C, I'm going to show you how. And if you don't follow the rubric, that's your fault. So I'm really trying to help you guys. And I'm really trying to make you successful. And you got to understand, please put in questions. What's a good amount of space? I already answered your question. It's a car length for every 10 miles an hour. And you should see the rear of their tires on the ground. Good question. When are you too far from the car in front of you? When you are chasing the car, trying to keep up. I like the question. A lot of beginner drivers accelerate too slow. Like walking the hallway at school. You got caught cheating. Someone broke into your locker. You're walking slow. You're mad. You're depressed. You're walking 5 steps behind everyone. 3 steps behind everyone. Your friends are like, what's wrong, bro? Nothing, bro. They got my shoes. They took my Beats. Same thing. If you go too slow, you become a hazard. You walk too slow in school, people are like, freshman, walk. So what should we think about another car and space, not keeping enough space? You make more room. You will annoy people accidentally. I'll say it again. You will drive too slow and annoy people accidentally. If you drive too slow, they're going to tailgate us, cut us off, and it won't be happy. So walk, drive with the flow of the traffic. I love it. Why do we feel that the following distance, why do we feel that following close is a normal thing? Because Carter, you're learning habits. Example, why should you have your own pencils and pens when you show up to class? So you don't have to ask the teacher, you got a pencil, you got a pen? I'm not prepared. And then your teacher marks you down because you're not prepared. And then your mom or dad senses, how's Jonathan doing? How's Carter? Carter's not prepared. What? We just bought him 12 pencils. You break pencils. You take ink pens apart. You stab people. You throw them across the room. Bad habits. So Carter, I'm giving you a real example. You let everyone use your paper because you're trying to be a nice guy, but you don't have any paper for yourself. Like, we actually still write in school. Like, we write essays. We write paragraphs. So I'm giving you a really good example. So being prepared, driving too close, it's not a normal thing. But if you think it's normal, you're going to smash your car really quick. Question, is there anything specific we should do if someone is following us too close? Nothing. Maintain speed. It's in the notes. If you drive fast, they'll drive faster. If you speed up, they'll speed up. Maintain your speed. They will eventually drive around you. How much room should we give the car in front before you begin to move? 1 car length for every 10 miles an hour. If you're going 40, you pick a stationary object. 1 police car, 2 police cars, 3 police cars, you just passed a police car. 1 sign, 2 sign, you pick a stationary object. When the car in front of you passes it, if you pass it. Question, should you decrease or increase your following distance when you are about to pass someone? You want to leave space. I'm answering your question. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. If you're too close to them, you're going to hit them. If you're too far away, they might not see you in the blind spot. I love the question. Let's keep going. When stopped at a light and there is an entrance to a parking lot, do we stay back? You do not want to block the entrance. It's a courtesy. You don't really want to block the entrance. You got to learn rules and regulations, facts. Okay, hovering in someone's blind spot. Okay, this is a great picture. Driving is a privilege and not a right. Hovering in someone's blind spot. This is what you would do as beginning drivers. Sitting in a blind spot is like standing in one dark corner of the room and expecting everyone to notice you anywhere. They don't. A small change in speed makes you either clearly ahead or clearly behind, which keeps the lanes changes from turning into near misses. You as beginning drivers have near misses because you hang around other cars. Every car has a different size blind spot. If you're driving your mom's F-150 and then your dad has a Toyota Camry, they're 2 different cars. The bigger your car or truck, the bigger the blind spot. The smaller the car or truck, the smaller the blind spot. There are 4 blind spots. The left side of the car, right here, the right side of the car, in front of the car, and behind it. They are 4 blind. Don't believe me? When you back out of your driveway, if a little kid is outside, you won't see them. You're going to run over their bike, their skateboard. And mom and dad next door, they're going to look at you. Hey, Johnny, I need to speak to your mom. You just ran over my daughter's bike. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. You're going to pay for it. You're right. Don't tell them. Here's $40. No, it's $150. So you have to look over your shoulder when you back up. Keep asking questions about blind spots. So again, hovering in someone's blind spot. Don't do that. The bigger the vehicle, the bigger the blind spot. The smaller the vehicle, the smaller the blind spot. We don't want to have near misses. Setting your mirrors up to show too much of your own car. This is a great example. This is what a lot of you will do. We don't want to see our own car. We want to see the lane to the right or the lane to the left. This is such a crispy example. Again, setting your mirrors up to show too much of your own car. Many people angle mirrors like a comfort check, keeping a slice of their own door in view. You feel safe. A better mirror setup widens what you can actually see. It makes merging feel less like a gamble. So again, when you're adjusting your mirrors, you should see a little bit of the car and everything else to the side. So remember this. Where is the blind spot? I already explained it. There are 4 blind spots. Left side. There are 4. Left side of the car, right side of the car, directly behind it, and directly in front. You don't believe me? You're parking up to a curb. You go over the curb because you're not lining up your mirrors with the bottom of the curb. You're backing out of a driveway. You don't look out of your back window. You run over your neighbor's kid's bike. They're like, hold on, Shaniqua. Hold on, Shaquavia. You ran over my daughter's bike. Here's 50. No, it's 250. So I'm giving you examples. The blind spot is like here from the back door back. I love this. The blind spot is here from the back door back. Should you increase it? We already talked about if you're too close to the car, you won't have clear distance. You're asking the right questions. Treating red lights like a phone break. This is what you would do because your generation grew up with phones. 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. Type in what year you got your phone, what grade you were in. Type it in. Tell the truth, don't lie. When did you get your phone? Type it in. When did you get your first phone? Don't lie. When did you get your first phone? I see 4th grade, 5th grade, high school, 7th grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade, 8th grade. So as a result, phones have gotten smarter today. There are apps that can take your blood pressure. They can keep track of your steps. It is a mini computer. The phones are tracking us. Your parents can put a tracker on the phone. You love your phone. You can cheat on your phone. You can do AI on your phone. You can do wonderful things on your phone. A phone is not the enemy, it's how you use it. Some of your teachers let you stay on your phone in class. You're not studying, you're recording the teacher, you're putting questions in AI, and you're getting answers. Some of you are using Google Lens. So let's talk about this. The phone comes out because the car isn't moving, yet your attention still leaves the road. When the light turns green, you're mentally behind the movement, and a delay ripples backwards through traffic. You're on your phone in school. You're kind of weaving, bumping into the locker. A junior pushes you out of the way. Watch out, freshman. Get off your phone. You fell down the step. You fell up the step. Your phone fell in the toilet. Yeah. You're on your phone in lunch. You're on your phone in first hour, second hour, third hour. You're not really in school. You're on your phone. And then you fail all the tests. It's the teacher's fault. So you got to stay focused and locked in. Please put in questions. Poking at a touchscreen while rolling. This is what you will do. Most of your parents have the newer cars, touchscreens. Your phone also tracks you in your car. If you sync up your phone to the car, the automotive manufacturers have information. How fast do you drive? How many stopping events? How many times do you stop? How many times is the engine revved up? Touchscreens demand tiny decisions, tiny visual checks, and those tiny glances add up fast. The problem is rarely one dramatic look away, and it's a repeating every half second, losing awareness. It's not your parents' fault. This is where we are today. Screens are getting bigger. Your awareness is going to the touch screen. This is normal for you. Letting speed creep up without meaning to. This is you. You'll start going really fast because everyone is speeding. And then I'll look at you like, why are you speeding? Why are you? Oh, let's keep wondering where anyone else. No. Wild roads, downhill stretches can make the car drift faster than your brain realizes. I like that this is a brain. Remember, we're developing habits, especially when you're feeling relaxed. Some of you will feel relaxed your second half an hour. Some of you will feel relaxed your third drive. Some of you will be deadly your fifth drive because you're relaxed and too dangerous. Higher speed, steal reaction time and increase impact severity. Like you running in the hallway. Two juniors are walking down the hallway, you're running, you hit a junior and she has a concussion. I guarantee her parents are going to go after you because the principal told you, don't run. I've already written you up once. Your teacher's already written you up once. It's in Power School. The principal say, did you put it in Power School? Yes, I did. Okay, we're going to suspend him and the parents want to file charges because the girl has a concussion. It happens that we're just playing in the hallway. You're freshman running 300 miles an hour down a hallway. You look silly. And your clothes are on backwards. Your shirt's on backwards. You don't have deodorant on and you're in your house shoes. And you think you look cool. Wow. So high speed steals reaction time. Running in the hallway. People can't get out of your way. It turns into a big consequence. Or you hit a kid with a bad attitude. You run into him. He slams you into a locker. You get up like, what are you doing? He knocks you out because kids don't care in high school. So you get knocked out because you knocked someone else out. You hit someone because you're going too fast. And then they have a bad habit. And now we have road rage. So put in questions as I go along. Camping in the left lane. We will never do this. You're going slow in the left lane. This is one of your questions. The left lane will start feeling like the fast lane. You're earned it. Even when you're no longer into passing anyone. Staying there forces faster drivers to weave around you, which is dangerous. And the weaving creates a kind of mess in lane changes. You're walking slow in the hallway. People are in a hurry. They've got to go around you to the left or right. They trip over you. They get mad. It's your fault. You were walking slow. There's a fight. You get pushed into a locker. Someone videos it. Do you see how things happen really quick? Same thing in the car. Do not camp out in the left lane. Please put in questions. You won't have this type of car. Braking late. Some of you will do that and we will rear in the car because you're beginning drivers. Don't brake late. Please put in questions. We're halfway done with this. This is a great example. Late braking often looks like confidence. It's not. Yet it usually means you weren't reading ahead. This is what beginning drivers do. They brake late. You're walking in a hallway. You're looking down. You walk into someone's shoes. They get mad. They're walking my shoes, bro. And all your friends get out their camera. What are you going to say? I'm sorry, dude. but you sound like a joke, and they turn around. Do you understand? You're dealing with people who are not stably balanced yet. Smoother, earlier braking keeps your car safer. It gives you time. You don't want to be rear-ended. A lot of you, let's go back to walking fast in the hallway, you're not looking ahead. You look down, you walk into someone. What should you do if you brake too early? You have to learn when to brake. I'm answering your question. I love the question. You'll learn when to brake. A lot of beginners brake too early, brake too late. So you will learn when to brake at the right time. Your instructor will show you. This is why a lot of you have 9th grade academies, because those sophomore, juniors, and seniors will tear you up because they have no patience for you. 9th grade academies around the country are huge. We have a 9th grade special academy. So when you get to high school in 10th grade, you know how to act, or you show out. And then the juniors quickly give you a haircut. The seniors say, you know what? We don't do this in the school. My teacher's awesome. Why are you trying to embarrass him on social media? And they take your phone and show it to the teacher. It was funny in 8th grade or 9th grade. So high school students are not your friends. They will tell you the truth really quick. Drivers on the road are not your friends. Some of them will be nice. Some of them will tailgate us. Some of them will cut us off. So slow down earlier. Accelerating toward the red light. You will not do this with me. Again, accelerating toward the red light. Some drivers speed up toward a light that is clearly red. I will call your parent. Then they brake hard. This is how we get rear-ended. Bad habits. Example, you're leaving late for school. You got a test in American history. You're going to speed through the stop sign. You didn't get caught. You're going to speed through the red light. You got caught. You got a ticket. You're late. You started to argue. The police officer has his body cam. You swung at him. They put you out on the ground. You look foolish. Your friends are videoing. Yeah, John got arrested. He swung at the officer. Man, I told him not to drink that Monster Energy drink. I don't know why he gets up late. He and I were playing Fortnite all night. So if you develop bad habits, it's going to hurt you later on in life. If you come late to school, you're going to go late to work. You go late to work, you're going to get written up. You go late to work, you're going to be speeding to work. You're going to be speeding home. You're going to get written up at work. You're going to snap at customers. One customer's going to cuss you out. They're going to call the manager. This young man or lady was disrespectful to me. Your boss is like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm going to go to the supervisor. Now they fire you, all because you have bad habits. This wastes fuel and wears tires out. It trains your brain to drive in a little spike of tension. Do you understand this? We're trying to teach you good habits. Please put questions in. Please put questions in. Remember, I'm driving people who've never driven before. Habits. Turning wide into the wrong lane. Oh my God, this is so important. Turning wide in the wrong lane. A wide turn feels graceful, yet it's still space from the lane you're not supposed to be in. In my directions, it says turning in the nearest lane. The teacher has to intervene. If you turn in the nearest lane, I have to grab the wheel. You're about to hit a car. You fail. If you turn short, you're going to hit the curb. I have to turn the wheel so you don't bend the rim and break the axle. You fail. So a wide turn should not be in your vocabulary. In busy intersections, that small drift could collide into someone else, where someone else is perfectly legal to turn. This is why we're making a left turn. We turn by the double yellow. Please ask questions on this. We turn in the nearest lane. If you're making a left turn, you turn by the nearest left turn lane. If you're making a right turn and you're in the nearest lane to the curb, you turn in that lane. Turn in the nearest lane. I'm looking at it right now. Okay? Disobeys regulatory sign. That's you, bad habit. The teacher has to intervene. I'm reading from the Final Skills Road Evaluation. It's right here. I'm looking at it. I'm not making this up. Please put in questions. Visual skills, identifies the turn, selects the best lane, checks traffic, visualizes an adequate gap, completes the turn in the proper lane. So remember, that's like you walking on the wrong side of the hallway. You got your shirt on backwards, your hat's on backwards, no deodorant, and you think you're funny. That's why you're in the 9th grade academy. How do we prevent wide turns? Go in slow to your turn. Under 12 miles an hour, under 10 miles an hour. A lot of beginning drivers hit the brakes late, they overload the front brakes, and the car turns wide. Treating parking lots like rule-free zones. They're not. Parking lots feel informal. So many people stop signaling. You're going to run over someone. They stop yielding. You're going to hit a car. And they stop unexpectedly. You're going to run over a pedestrian. I'll say it again. This is your school. A lot of people treat parking lots like there are no rules. You went through a stop sign. You blew a yield sign. Why does it matter? No one's here. You say that to me, I'm calling your parent. Why are you so hard? I don't want to die. I want to learn. The reality is that visibility is worse and movement is random, which makes slow speed, clear intent more important. If you're going slow and using your blinker, you being a 10th grader or 11th grader, the seniors are walking. If you use your blinker, one of the seniors may say, "Go ahead, sophomore, you can turn." And then you wave. So blinkers are even more important. Yield signs are even more important in parking lots. Please put in more questions. Blocking the crosswalk. This is what you will do. Creeping forward at lights can put your bumper into the crosswalk. You'll get a deduction. Even when you think you're being cautious, we stay behind the stop line. This is the stop line. People making left turns. People who are going straight, don't stop at the stop line. We're making a left turn. Their front of the car could hit our left door. When you think you're being cautious, this forces pedestrians to step around you, and it creates crash confusion. So you want to stop behind the stop line. Driving on worn tires. This is you. You burned up your tires. The cracks in there are called dry rot. This is an excellent example. Where I'm pointing, this is called dry rot. Your tires dry out. The tread is gone. When it rains, you slide. This is the wear bar in your notes. I love this. So tire fade. Tires fade gradually, which makes them easy to ignore. Over time, your tires will wear out. You want to check your tire pressure every 30 days. Check them cold with the air pressure gauge. Put in more questions. I need all of you to put in a question. Let's go. Some of you are just sitting here. And I'm really giving you higher level content. I'm giving you higher level ideas. You now know what a bad tire looks like. The right air pressure is based on the label inside your door or your car manual. There's a label inside your door. It will tell you the recommended pressure based on the manufacturer's recommendations. Again, tire fades gradually, which makes them easy to ignore. You have less grip. The less tread you have, the more time it takes you to stop. Example, you wear old gym shoes on the gym floor. You slide, you travel. Your team is mad at you because you're playing juniors. You could beat them, but you got old shoes on. And your friends are like, "Dude, you can't play," because you have old shoes on. New tires allow you to decrease your stopping distance, not increase. Again, tire fades gradually, which makes it easier to ignore how much grip you've lost until the tire slips. The road reminds you, low air pressure reduces traction, lengthening your stopping distance. Why do people have used tires? Huge, because they like big tires on cars. They like big tires, but it uses more gas. It makes the tire wear out sooner. Why do people like purple? Why do people like green? Why is my race car royal purple and white? Why do you like skinny jeans? Everyone likes a different thing. So different people like different things. Some people like skinny tires. Some people like a low rider. You're going to have the low profile tires. You're going to lower your car. Some people want to jack their car up, juniors and seniors. You know what they are. They got a pickup truck. They're working. They got 38s on there. Got a lift kit. Bam. It's what people like. If you have bigger tread tires, do you still need to replace them? Yes. Whether you have a big tire or small tire. Very good question. Does the type of car affect how long it will last? Yes. And how you drive and the weight of the car, your front tires wear out sooner because they're turning left and right. Your rear tires just roll forward. You should put your front tires to the rear, your rear tires to the front, so you can have even wear. Very good question. Do different types of tires deteriorate faster? Yes, they do. Pirellis are a high-performance soft compound tire. I'll show you. This car has Pirellis. This car will go 200, 180, 190 without even breathing hard. Cars like this don't have big tires. They have a high-performance tire. This car is made for the summer, not the winter. Those are not all-season tires. That's a great example. That tire probably costs $650 a piece, $700 a piece, $800. People who have money like this aren't worried about gas. They're not worried about tires. So a tall tire, a big tire wouldn't fit on this car. And the same opposite. This tire will look small on the truck. This is a great example. So these tires deteriorate faster because they are a soft compound tire. As you drive faster, they get hotter and stickier to stick to the ground. In the wintertime, these tires would get hard. You would spin out of control. Good example. I'm not able to answer your question. Some people might put tall tires on this. Doesn't really make sense. You lose what the car is about. This is a BMW. This is a little car. You wouldn't put big tires on there. Wouldn't fit. Some of you will have your parents' cars. This is the typical high school area. Tall tires would not make the car drive as well. Are tire costs covered by insurance? No. They are covered by you. Great question. Insurance does not cover tires. They cover the car, the driver, and if you hit something. Good question. We talked about creeping up. We talked about tires. Windshield wipers. This is what a windshield looks like when the blades are worn down. I'll say it again. Ignoring windshield wiper film and old wiper blades. This happened to us in the driver's ed car one time. My student was driving. I could tell the blades were worn out. I'm like, stop. We got to go to the auto parts store. Okay. I told him, you're going to tell the year, make, and model of the car. You get them. He got them. I made him put them on. He learned something. A dirty windshield doesn't always look dirty. It just makes headlights smear and night driving feel stressful. The inside film that blurs up over time turns into glare and the whole visual picture. Tired wipers make rain feel more dramatic. So this is what it'll look like if you have old windshield wiper blades. I love this. It usually lasts about a year, year and a half. If you live in a warm weather climate, they might dry rot and crack. Are there different windshield? Yes, they are. You can buy cheaper ones. They all do the job. You can buy $5 ones, $15 ones, $20 ones, $80 ones. But let's go back to our other car. Teachable moment. Do you think this car has $10 windshield wiper blades? No. Do you think this car has $50 windshield wiper blades? No. High performance everything. If you can ever drive a car like this, everything is expensive. Premium gas, premium brakes, premium tires, your premium. Because this is not a car, this is an experience. Do you understand this? Driving is an experience. How are we supposed to tell if they are worn down? They smear. Let's go back to the picture. They smear. They don't clean the windows. You see the picture. They don't clean the windows. Assuming you have automatic headlights. Modern dashboards stay bright even when the exterior lights aren't on, which tricks people into thinking they're visible. Check your lights, check your indicator. It only takes a second. And it prevents you from becoming the gray car that disappears in the sunset or in the horizon. Okay? Most of your cars have daytime running lights. Okay? Are there different windshield wiper blades? Yes. Your parents' F-150 truck has a different size blade than this car. Okay? Every car is a different size. Okay? This smaller car has a different size blade than this car. A semi-truck has a different windshield wiper blade. Each of these cars have different size blades. I love the visual example. Let's keep going. Riding the brake downhill. Some of you will do this. Light pressure on the brake can feel controlled, yet it heats up the brake pads. It reduces the power you need later. Using the car's gears, you might have to downshift into a lower gear. Keep your speed steady. How do we prevent dry rot? Keep your car in shaded areas. The direct sun on the blades will dry it out. When you're in school, that sun is beating down. Look at your blades, they can be cracked. Obeying navigation prompts at all costs. This is the generation you grew up in. Some of you can't read signs yet, so you're going to rely on your navigation. Navigation apps can be helpful and still can be wrong, especially when it calls for a last-second exit or an awkward turn. Taking the next safe option, rerouting you, keeps you from swerving. So you got to learn how to read maps. And a lot of you don't. Why? I'm a geography teacher. Type in what you learned. Please and thank you. Type in what you learned. Give me 3 complete sentences on what you learned. 3 complete sentences on what you learned.